get started, I'm going to take some cream face paint. I'm taking a white one and then also this one, which is in the shade Monster Gray, and I'm going to mix them together. They're both by Mayron, and I am just trying to get that perfect color of a tiny bit of that greeny gray look to the white. And then I bought this pack of cosmetic sponges, and it has a ton of different ones in it. So any sponges that you see me use in this video are from the pack. So I'm just going to take this and start applying it to my face. It does dry rather quickly, so I learned as I was going that I actually needed to blend it out as I put it on instead of like polka dotting it around my face like you see I did, because it ended up not being the best idea. So you just want to kind of blend it as you go. And then I remembered I'd set aside a clean foundation brush for this, so I decided to go in with that. And that's also good if you really want to get like around your eyes and stuff. I feel like it's just better to pack it on there instead of just using a sponge. And I also went over my entire face again with a little bit more white because I felt like my color was turning a little too green for my taste. So the color that you're going for, originally I was actually just gonna use white face paint, but then when I actually looked really closely at the picture, the doll had this like nasty greenish gray tint to her face. So that's why I got the Monster Gray face paint to kind of throw it in there and give that little look. But I'm gonna go over it with a coat of the white, and you want to make sure it's pretty thick. It will dry. It's not gonna like smudge off on you or anything. So yeah, you just want to make sure that you get an even coat over all of your face. You also want to make sure to go down your neck so it's more of a gradual fade, and this is going to depend on how high cut your dress or blouse or robe is or anything like that. I put a tiny little bit on my ears, and then I realized that the braids of the wig were going to be covering that, so I didn't really need to totally like concentrate on that. And I put a very thin layer over my eyelids as well. I knew that I was going to be putting the black color over top of it, so I didn't really concentrate on this, but I just wanted everything to be more uniform. So the doll didn't have any gaping wounds on her face or anything that we needed to use liquid latex for, but she did have some scratches that were kind of indented. So I wanted to take this scarring liquid that is also known as Rigid Collodion from Mayron, and I will actually link a video below that Petrie Lou did where he talks all about this product, everything from how to use it, how to take it off, where it's safe to put, all that sort of stuff. But it's basically just something that you apply layer after layer, you let it dry, and it is going to tense up your skin wherever you put it, and then it is going to give you kind of like a little dent scar look to your face. It's actually really awesome, and it's really inexpensive too. So I found mine at a Halloween shop, but you can also get it online if you want to. So the doll has a kind of like circular nasty thing on her chin, and then she also has two stripes on one of her cheeks that kind of looks like a cat scratched her or something, and then one over her brow. You can skip the brow if you want to because it's kind of gonna be covered up by the wig anyways, but I don't know. She had it there, so I was gonna put it there, and yeah, so I'm just doing layers, and then you wanna let it dry. It takes about like 30 seconds for the layer to dry, and then you wanna do another, and I'm doing like 10 or 11 coats. So it takes a little while, but it's totally worth it. So now when you're about halfway through, you want to take a red lip liner and go over any of the areas that you've put the scarring liquid so far, and this is just going to really give you some nice dimension in the scars. So now we're gonna need a very little bit of black face paint, and so what we're gonna do is use this to contour. And when I say a little bit, I mean a tiny bit. We're going to contour the hollows of our cheeks. So if you need to find those, you can just kind of like suck in and do a fishy face, and that makes it really easy to follow your natural line. And then you wanna make sure you blend it out very well. And then the doll also had very prominent smile lines, and then also going down from her chin. So I am just doing those right now, and really make sure that you blend it out so it's not so noticeable. We're also going to take a little bit of this black and contour around our temples just to give us kind of like that sunken dead look. And now I'm taking a NYX Jumbo eyeshadow pencil in Black Bean. You can use the black cream paint if you want to for this, but I'm using this because it's specifically made for the eye area, and I have really sensitive skin, so I thought it would just be a little easier. I don't know. Basically, I just wanted to use another product. So I'm just dabbing this all around my eye area, and this does not need to be perfect. In fact, it looks better if it's not perfect. So as weird and odd as it looks, just go with it. And then you just want to blend it out. I'm using my finger because I'm lazy, but you just want to blend it out and get your entire just eyelid area and also underneath and kind of towards the sides of your nose black. Just black and gooky and nasty. So now you need to take a matte black eyeshadow. I'm using Max Carbon, but you can use any matte black shadow that you have. And with a big fluffy brush, we are just going to start packing this onto our lid all the way up to the brow and also underneath towards the inner part of our nose. I mean, honestly, as just kind of messy and chalky as you can get it. It just needs to be like a little bit just terrifying. The next step is to apply white eyeliner to your waterline, but I cannot find this step in my footage and I don't know what happened to it. I'm convinced that the doll stole it because she's mad that I'm showing everyone how to look as good as her. So yeah, sorry about that. Then you want to apply 2 coats of your favorite mascara on your top and bottom lashes. So I'm using L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. And the reason I'm not using false lashes for this is because I don't find them as comfortable as just wearing mascara. And it's going to be dark anyways, and I have so many details going on in my costume that I just didn't find it was necessary. But if you want to do like really big, dramatic, doll-like lashes, go for it. I will totally be jealous of you. Now we're moving on to lips, and this was probably my favorite part of the entire makeup section to do, and I was really excited about it. So I'm just taking my Makeup Forever Flash palette, and I'll be using the red and the black from this palette. So what you want to do is start off on your bottom lip and draw outside of the line. You want to draw a black line, and then you want to make it thicker than your actual bottom lip and kind of fill it out. So I'll kind of show you the shape that I'm doing, and you guys can kind of watch the video or look up pictures. It's kind of hard to explain. And on the top lip, you want to go about 3/4 of the way until the point of your lip, and you want to do the same thing, and then you're going to fill in the corners with the black. Now we are ready for red, which really makes this pop. So anywhere that you don't have black that is on your lips, you want to fill in with red, and then you also want to kind of overlap them a little bit so that it's not such an obvious line, that it's a little more blended. And then on the upper lips, I'm actually changing the shape of my lips a little bit because the doll's lips were a little bit more rounded, and I tend to have like pointy upper lip point areas. I don't know. So I'm just rounding them out a little bit, and you can feel free to draw outside of your natural lip line. The bigger the better for this look. You want to apply a red lip gloss over the red portions of your lips. So I'm taking the MAC Pro Longwear Lip Gloss in Driven by Love. And so then I'm just going to apply this over anywhere that I have red on the lips. And this is also going to help blend the 2 colors together because it just, again, kind of makes that line not so strong. Now we are just going to take some red and black from the same Makeup Forever palette that we used on our lips and apply this in different layers on your wound. So we're just going to go red, black, red, black, red, black on all of the different scars that we have. And you want to make sure that the black or the darkest area is where the deepest point of the wound makes sense to be. But you can have fun with this. You can be kind of sloppy. After all, blood doesn't really drip in a straight line and scabs don't form in a perfect circle or something. So be kind of creepy with it and just like keep blending it out, and trust me, it'll look pretty scary pretty quickly. And now it is time for the fake blood. Why am I so excited about this step? I don't know, it's creepy, but it also has a zesty mint flavor, so you can freak people out by eating your own like blood and stuff. Ew, who would want to do that, you creep? So you just want to apply the Ben Nye Stage Blood onto your scarry wounds. And I don't know why, but it was kind of creeping me out as I was doing this. I kind of scared myself a little in the mirror. And then I'm also going to create another wound on my other cheek. Not sure the doll had this, but in the heat of the moment, I was like, you know what? I need some like drippage action. So you just want to let the blood kind of run down on its own and have something to catch it. Because as you can see, mine dripped not on my face. So you just kind of want to make sure that you're like leaning your face the right way. So I'm just kind of letting it drip. Don't really touch it or anything. And I'm just patting a little more blood in on the main wound section. And now I'm just going in with the black to add a little more dimension to this wound because it wasn't planned. It was just kind of a heat of the moment thing. Most of the time when I use cream makeup, I have to set it with a powder, otherwise it's gonna smear, but this Mayron face paint actually really surprised me because it kind of dried itself into a powder, and I don't feel like it's gonna go anywhere, and I also think if someone came up and hugged me and my face like hit their shoulder, I don't think my makeup's gonna come off on them, so I was really surprised with that. So now it is time for your costume, and I'm going to go over the hair and the outfit in this section, so I'm just giving you a quick overview so you can see everything, and then I'll go into each piece specifically. For the hair, I just went out to a local wig shop and found this red wig that had straight across bangs, but if you can't find one with bangs, a lot of wig shops will actually cut them for you. And then I just braided it down the sides and tied it with little red bows. So the doll was wearing a pale pink Victorian gown, but I didn't want to go spend money to buy a new dress, so I went over to Goodwill and found this awesome piece. It is a floor-length silk robe that was only $5.99, but the sleeves weren't quite right. So what you want to do is take a rubber band. If you get a bag of assorted sizes, you'll be able to find one that is tight enough that it's going to hold your sleeve up, but loose enough that it's not going to cut your circulation off, and you just want to slip that on your arm and then fluff the sleeve over it. And for the wrist, I just safety pinned it so it was tight. But you could sew it if you're crafty like that. In the movie, the doll had a red ribbon tied around her waist with a red flower on it, so I just went to my local fabric shop and got a very thin piece of red fabric cut out, tied that around my waist, and then I found this flower pin actually at the wig store. So just keep your eyes out for them. They're everywhere. I didn't expect to find it there, but I did. And then for slippers, these are just a pale pink pair that I've had for so many years. I don't know where they're from, but possibly Brookstone. I know my nails don't really go with this look, but I know that I have a lot of close-up shots in this video, so I thought if you guys saw my nails and wanted to know the nail polish colors, I would throw it in there. So the main color is by Zoya. It's a color called Vanessa, and then I have just some polka dots on my ring finger with the new black gold glitter, and I just applied those with a toothpick, so super easy. And now you are ready to go scare anyone that even looks your way. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you want any other Halloween makeup and costume tutorials, please leave me the request in the comments below this video. And thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe for more Halloween videos.